Welcome to the Macnaught new range of MX flow meters. Today we'd like to show you how to inspect, have a look at the different types and understand their operation and principle. The first one we have is the compact pulse, and this is just the read and haul pulse output. So if you just want to have a pulse output into a PLC or a data system, this is the model that you'll use. All of these models have our new M-lock range of connections, and they just clip into the meter and rotate quarter of a turn, and that's how they fit into the flow meter. So with this, inside there is a little printed circuit board, and I'll show you inside here. You can see there's a little pulse board. On the right hand side of the pulse board is a little jumper, and this is for putting on your pull-up resistor for the hall sensor. On the left hand side is your two resistors for a current limiting resistor, which is in series with your read switch. You may want to change the value for your actual application, and it's just a matter of pulling out the resistors out of the stands and changing the value of resistor if needed. If not, this is a general size resistor and it should work on most applications, but it may need to be changed. So your connections will go into these. They're clearly labelled about your wiring into them. With the pulse cap, you will have a cable already put onto the device, so you shouldn't need to change those connections. May just need to check them and make sure that they're okay. So that is the compact pulse. The second type is our PR type of register. This is a simple register with a flow rate, a total and a resettable total, and they just clip into the flow meter exactly the same as before. It's just a quarter turn, sits in there nice and neat. Now with this register, you might want to change its direction. So if your meter is mounted like that, everything is okay, the display is in the orientation that you need. But if you are mounting your register in the upright position with your flow from the bottom and out of the top, your register is going to be in a 90 degrees out of position. This can be easily changed by just removing this rubber boot. There's 4 screws that hold the display onto the mounting. You can undo those 4 screws and rotate that round 90 degrees and put your register back on so that it sits in that orientation. So this display can be rotated 90 degrees if need be, and then you just put the little rubber boot back on, and then that will put the display back in the position it needs to be. So that is our PR type of display. The third different one is the ER, which has been our standard register that has been in our system for quite a while now. This comes in quite a few different types of register. The ER is the standard one where you have flow rate, your total and resettable total. The ERA has the analog output and a pulse output. You can get a batch controller, you can get a summing, and there's a couple of other different ones. And the same has the quarter turn M-lock system, and these will fit in any of the flow meters. So it just sits in, quarter turn, locks in, and everything's okay. So that's the ER type register. The fourth one is our intrinsic safe prox sensor, and this is going to have a cable that comes off with a connector, has a little O-ring to stop it from turning, and that just sits in the top there. It's held in with a circlip, and nice neat device. That's used for intrinsic areas where could be hazardous area for explosion proof. This little Prox has all the certifications, and a very nice neat little unit. So the good thing with all 4 different types of sensors that fit on to the new MX series, that any one of these can be changed by quickly just undoing 1/4 of a turn and remove your meter, and then just put the different type in if need be. That's our new MX series.